Only men were allowed to run messages for the Inca Empire. Break that rule, and you're finished. But what happens when the fastest soul in the Andes is a girl?
What the?
She'll steal a royal mask, outsmart the boys, face betrayal inside the palace, and save an emperor with nothing but her speed and courage. You think you know where the story's going? You don't. Because when the spirit of the mountains itself appears, everything changes. This is the untold legend of Kayara, the girl who outran fate. Today we're recapping Kayara, the Inca Princess, a 2025 animated masterpiece from Peru and Spain, where an ordinary girl takes on an extraordinary empire. Let's dive in. The mighty Inca Empire stretches across mountains and valleys like a living golden serpent. In its shining heart lies Patiti, the capital of power and tradition. And among its proudest warriors are the Chasqui, the lightning runners chosen only from the strongest, fastest men. These aren't just messengers, they are lifelines, racing across treacherous paths, carrying orders that decide wars. One such runner is Kusi, a Chasqui legend. When we first meet him, he's sprinting home. He's about to become a father. He dreams of a son who will inherit his name, his strength, his speed. But fate has other plans. His wife gives birth to a daughter, Kayara. Kusi hides his disappointment poorly. A daughter? Can she carry the legacy of the Chasqui? But a wise shaman whispers to him, daughters are blessings. Sometimes the mountain chooses its hero, not the father. That night, as the fire flickers, Kayara's fate begins to weave itself. Kayara grows like wildfire, quick on her feet, mischievous, and fearless. She doesn't just run, she flies over the hills, outpacing the boys in the village. One day, while exploring the village, she meets a boy wrestling with a stubborn, spit-flinging llama. That boy? Palu, the son of the emperor. Together, they share laughter, and Kayara proudly introduces herself as Kusi's daughter. Palu's eyes widen. Everyone knows the name Kusi. He's the fastest runner alive. But when Kayara tells Palu her dream of becoming a Chasqui, he hesitates. That's impossible. Only men can run. Kayara doesn't flinch. Then I'll be the first. Kayara and Palu sneak out to follow Kusi on one of his runs. What starts as a chase turns into a playful race. Kusi laughs and challenges them. Catch me if you can. And Kayara almost does. In fact, she could outpace both of them. But she slows down. Pride might be in her blood, but so is kindness. When they reach the gates of Patiti's palace, Palu is welcomed inside with cheers. Kayara steps forward, but she's stopped cold by Villoma, the emperor's advisor. He sneers, no girls, not even Chasqui daughters. For the first time, Kayara feels a door slam on her dream. That night, Kusi comforts her. He shows her the stars, teaching her how the Chasqui navigate using constellations. But Kayara can't yet see the patterns he describes. Not yet. Her path is still forming. The next day, Kayara's fiery spirit flares again when she sees a rabbit being mistreated in a cruel village contest. Without hesitation, she rescues it, naming it Wary, her new companion. Together, they form a bond of loyalty and freedom. But tragedy strikes. The emperor dies. A young and overwhelmed Palu is crowned. The once playful boy now carries the burden of an entire empire. At his coronation, Kayara watches from afar as scribes bring gifts, some beautiful, some deadly, like poisoned toads. Rumors ripple through the court, whispers of metal men crossing the sea on four-legged beasts of war. Villoma dismisses these warnings, but Kayara knows danger when she hears it. The Chasqui trials are announced, a brutal competition to choose the next generation of runners. Kayara begs Palu to let her compete. He wants to help, but as a new emperor under Villoma's watchful eye, he can't change centuries of tradition. Please wait, he says, but Kayara's dream won't wait. At night, her eyes land on Palu's ceremonial mask. An idea sparks. If they won't let her run as a girl, she'll run as someone else. She sneaks into the palace, steals the mask, and disguises herself as a boy. Wary watches her with curious eyes as if asking, are you sure? She's sure. Race day dawns with roaring crowds. Palu announces the rules. Each runner must grab a wooden totem, dash through forests and mountains, exchange it with a distant shaman for a golden token, and return. The first three to finish will earn the title of Chasqui. It's not just a race, it's a war against time, terrain, and each other. Among the competitors is Tun, a cocky boy who mocks everyone. He trips Kayara, plays dirty, but she ignores him. Her focus is razor sharp. The climb is grueling. Thin air burns lungs. Then disaster. Tun ambushes her and shoves her off the cliff path. She falls, crashing into a hidden cave. Darkness. Inside that cave, she awakens to something magical. The spirit of the mountain, Apu, surrounds her with glowing energy. It's as if the mountain itself chooses her. A secret shortcut opens. Strength floods her veins. Kayara rises faster and stronger than ever. She surges ahead, reaches the shaman, and begins the return. Night falls, but she doesn't stop. The crowd gasps as a masked runner approaches the finish line at record speed. Villoma's eyes narrow. Palu smiles, ready to celebrate the winner. But when Villoma rips off the mask, shock. It's Kayara, gasps, murmurs. Villoma immediately declares her a fraud, disqualifying her before Palu can speak. Kayara's dream is shattered, or so it seems. Quick question. Guys, if your dream was banned by tradition, would you risk everything to break the rules like Kayara? Or would you give up? Let me know in the comments. Locked in a small room, Kayara sits with her head high, but inside her heart cracks. Then Palu sneaks in. He apologizes. He believes in her. He always did. Suddenly, Palu collapses, gasping, "Poison." Villoma bursts in, blaming Kayara. No one listens to her protests. Thinking fast, she ties a Quipu message to Wary and sends him sprinting to find the village shaman. That tiny rabbit becomes the fastest messenger alive. The shaman arrives and his face darkens. Palu is dying. The only cure is a rare lupin seed, hidden deep in the Amazon rainforest, guarded by the fierce Pew tribe. Villoma wants to send a male Chasqui, but Palu weakly whispers, "Kayara is the fastest. I trust her." Kayara is freed, but her mission is dangerous. If she fails, the Emperor dies. Kayara launches into the jungle. The trail's treacherous. Suddenly, she's captured by the Pew tribe. Outsiders are not welcome. She pleads her case, but the warriors cross their arms, unmoved. Then, something shifts. When they hear she's been chosen by Apu, their anger melts to awe. They guide her to the sacred lupin tree, a towering giant. The climb is brutal, but Kayara never quits. With Wary's help, she secures the precious seeds. Before she leaves, the tribe elder gives her a necklace, said to hold the mountain's blessing. "Chosen runner," he calls her. Kayara sprints back. In Patiti, Villoma spins lies, consolidating power as Palu weakens. He even tells Kusi that his daughter may never return. But Kayara does return, exploding through the palace gates, seeds in hand. The shaman brews the cure, and Palu slowly recovers. A public ceremony is held. Palu thanks Kayara for saving his life and makes history. She is the first ever female Chasqui. The crowd roars, but change is never easy. Some cheer, some scowl. The Empire is watching. Now, an official Chasqui, Kayara runs across valleys and villages, carrying vital messages. But something feels off. Entire villages are empty. Men, women, even children are forced into mines. She begins hearing whispers. The Emperor demands more gold. But Palu never gave such an order. One day, she discovers a sealed royal message. The handwriting is fake. Someone is forging orders to strip the land of its wealth. Under the stars, her necklace glows. Apu's silent message is clear. The truth lies beyond the horizon, toward the sea. Kayara reaches the coast, eyes widening at the endless water. But her awe turns to horror. Foreigners are loading Inca gold onto massive ships. Before she can warn anyone, she's captured. And there, at the center of the treachery, stands Villoma. He's been trading gold for power, planning to rule as a puppet of the invaders. Worse, Kayara finds Kusi chained, a prisoner. He tried to follow the gold trail but was caught. Hope fades. Enter Wary. That fearless rabbit sneaks in, chews through ropes, and frees them. Father and daughter escape into the shadows, but not before overhearing Villoma's plan. At sunrise, he will surrender the Empire. During their frantic escape, they're separated. Kayara sees her father's raft drift into dark waters. Villoma taunts her, "Your father will be the first sacrifice." But the ocean answers her cries. A colossal whale rises from the depths, lifting Kusi to safety. Apu's magic is everywhere. Question: if you discovered a betrayal this big, who would you warn first? The Emperor, the people, or would you blast it to everyone at once? Tell me below. Sunrise. Villoma stands tall, ready to hand the Empire's wealth to foreign invaders. Palu, still weak, watches helplessly. Then Kayara bursts onto the scene. Behind her, Kusi, alive, leading the people. And Palu reveals his secret weapon, battle-trained llamas. Yes, you heard that right, llama cavalry. Chaos erupts, gold crates crash, blades clash. Kayara faces the foreign leader and is knocked down. Then, her necklace glows brighter than ever. Apu's power floods her. She rises unstoppable, defeating the invader in a flash of speed and fire. Villoma tries to escape, but Wary leaps, headbutting him straight into the sand. Justice delivered. With Villoma defeated, the Empire is saved. But Kayara's victory is more than survival. It's change. A new law. Anyone, boy or girl, can become a Chasqui. Women cheer across the Empire. Kayara keeps running, faster than fear, carrying not just messages but hope. The stars above, the mountains around her, they all watch as the legend of Kayara lives on. Did you know? The real Inca Empire had a network of Chasqui runners covering thousands of miles. They used Quipu knots to carry information, an ancient code system. And the star animals in this movie are inspired by Andean constellations that map shapes onto the dark bands of the Milky Way. Moral takeaway: Kayara's story teaches us, tradition can guide, but courage redefines. True strength doesn't care about rules or titles. It's about heart. If you love this recap, smash the like button, subscribe for more epic adventures, and ring that bell. Which moment was your favorite? Kayara winning the trials or glowing up with Apu in the final battle? Tell me in the comments, and don't miss our next recap. See you there.